Hello, Eagles fans. Welcome to the Eagle Eye in the Sky. Amy Campbell, Fran, Duffy, your favorite film nerds here to break down a staple play for the Philadelphia Eagles, a mesh concept that can beat the man defense, can beat the zone defense. Lots of options here. Fran, we'll start with this play against the Giants in the Eagles' most recent win. Let's break down exactly what this play is.
Yeah, well, like you said, Amy, this play has answers for everything. That's why it's one of my favorite plays in all of football. And really, it comes down to three routes. We know that there are 5 eligible receivers, but let's look at 3 different routes here. You're going to have 2 shallow crossing routes, okay? So you're going to have one shallow cross from Golden Tate. You're going to have another shallow cross from Zach Ertz. And then you're going to have a ball route, a sit route from Nelson Agholor. And that's going to be just a little stop route right over the football. Those are the 3 routes that kind of make up the mesh concept. There are going to be other 2 routes. We'll talk about those later. But those are the 3 that we really want to talk about. Now, if the quarterback has an idea that it's going to be man coverage, okay? If he has an idea that this is going to be man, he's going to work on these 2 shallow crosses. If he thinks it's going to be zone, that's where the ball. That's exactly right. That's where it's going to go to the ball route. So we're going to see exactly how they tell Carson Wentz if it's going to be man or zone. You see that you have Clement here at the top of the screen. He's worked into the outside as a wide receiver. Before the snap, they're going to bring him in motion and bring him into the backfield next to Carson Wentz. And we've talked about this before in this segment, Amy. Nobody moves, so that tells you that it's zone coverage. So right off the bat, Carson has an idea. You know what? This ball is probably going to Nelson Agholor, but we still have to let this all play out. So we're going to get the snap here, and we're going to watch all these routes develop, and it gives you an idea of why it works against zone coverage, because it's 4th and 1, and you've got these linebackers here playing underneath. They've got to defend the sticks. They can't let anything be caught right at the sticks. They're trying to protect a first down. So if you run all these shallow crosses in front of them, these linebackers can't help themselves. They're going to have to try and step up and make sure that they defend for the first down. So you're going to stretch the defense horizontally. Watch both these backers work horizontally towards the sideline to defend these 2 routes.
Got a lot of traffic there in the middle.
And it's like Moses parting the seas. You're going to have Nelson Agholor here in the middle of the field. Watch those linebackers as it just spreads wide open. And now you have Nelson wide open. There is nobody within 5, 7, 8 yards of Nelson Agholor. 4th and 1 turns into a really nice gain here. And this play has been a staple for the Eagles over the course of not just Doug Peterson's tenure, but really going back to 2013. This has been a big part of the Eagles' offense.
Well, 4th and 1 on this play, a big conversion there by Nelson Agholor. We've also got a 4th and 1, a big play in the Super Bowl.
Exactly right. So 4th and 1, last time we saw a big 4th and 1 from this Eagles team was back on February 4th. And it's going to be the same exact concept. You're going to have all these different receivers. We're going to have a shallow cross here. We're going to have a shallow cross here to Zach Ertz. Here's your ball route from Trey Burton. Those same 3 route combinations, right? You're going to have the same exact idea. This time, it's going to be man. So we're going to see exactly why this works against man coverage. And when you have man, you're going to work what? Those 2 shallow crosses. And the reason why it works against man coverage is you're almost creating traffic in the middle of the field that those defenders have to try and work through. So you're going to see that here on this play. Watch the defender that is defending Zach Ertz. He's going to get caught up in the traffic here, and it's going to be a nice little pick play. Watch, he's going to bump right into Brent Selleck. Now you've got Zach Ertz wide open beyond the sticks for a first down.
So very successful for the Eagles in this Super Bowl. Another big play from the Super Bowl, but the running back integrated into this play as well. It's not just those 3 options that we saw. There's even more choices here for the quarterback.
So whenever I post this play on Twitter, we always get responses saying, the running back's wide open. Why didn't he throw to the running back? The running back will almost always run a wheel route on this play. And when he runs that wheel route, it almost serves as an alert for the quarterback. If he thinks it's going to be man coverage, he's going to throw that ball to the running back only if he likes the matchup. So he thinks that this is going to be man coverage here, Nick Foles, and you've got Clement running that wheel route to the flat. There's the defender responsible for Clement. He has got to work through these 2 players. So if he plays over the top, then Nick Foles can try and work those 2 mesh routes. If he tries and runs underneath these 2 players, that's when you're going to try and get Clement separated over the top. So Nick Foles sees exactly what he wants here. He knows that he's got Clement matched up on that safety, and as soon as that safety steps up and now has to work around to try and defend this route, he's toast. Game's over. Nick Foles knows, you know what, I'm going to put this ball out over the top. I'm not even going to look here If this ball were to get defended, then I can work back to the mesh routes. But watch as he's going to drop back, and he's just going to lay this out. Let Corey Clement go get the football. The rest of the defense actually did a pretty good job, but since that safety tried to go underneath, go back door, it results in a 55-yard catch. Longest play in Super Bowl history by a running back in the passing game. The longest play of Corey Clement's career right before halftime. Huge play in the Super Bowl.
And of course, Eagles fans knew who Corey Clement was, but that was possibly a national coming out party for Corey Clement. Everybody knew his name after that play. You alluded to this earlier, a little tease talking about the Chip Kelly era. You mentioned he was really the guy who brought this concept to the NFL. This is from 2013, his first year here. Similar play. Take us through it.
Exactly right. So you're going to see the same three routes, right? So we're going to see this shallow cross here. We're going to have another shallow cross. Here's your route over the ball. Same three routes, that same mesh concept, right? Here's Nick Foles in the backfield. Next to him is LeSean McCoy. He's going to run that wheel route, and it's the same exact thing against the Washington Redskins. Nick Foles is going to sit back there, and he sees that, you know what, Ryan Kerrigan is matched up man-to-man with LeSean McCoy. I really like this matchup. So that's what an alert is. Pre-snap, Nick Foles says, you know what, forget what's going on in the middle of the field. I really like this matchup, so that's where the ball is going to go. LeSean McCoy is going to run away from Ryan Kerrigan in space, which you would expect him to do, and it turns into a big play. Everybody kind of remembers this play from that season, and it's all the same concept. The Eagles ran this 2-3 times a game whenever Chip Kelly was here. They continued running it with Doug Peterson. Sam Bradford was here. There was some crossover there. Some of the coaches, Jeff Stoutland, were still on the staff, Deuce Staley. They wanted that play to still be in the playbook. Turned into a huge play for them, not just in 2016, but 2017 in the Super Bowl, and it came through for them last week.
It's worked very well for the Eagles, and of course they did get the victory over Washington in that game, so we'll hope that maybe that might be a little bit of a look ahead to this week's Monday Night Football matchup. As always, we'll have you covered for all of it at PhiladelphiaEagles.com.